Brace yourselves, this is going to be a wild episode, so hop on that train, get in that truck, lock your own car doors. We're going to be talking about theme park safaris. Let's go. Watch out, baboon! Everybody, and welcome to Park Goers Go, your go-to theme park for... I keep doing that. Hello.
We have a theme park.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Park Goers Go, your go-to podcast for all things theme parks.
I don't think you had to yell podcast.
I'm one of your hosts, Dustin.
I'm Logan. And I'm Nate. And in today's podcast...
podcast episode, we are going to be talking about something that exists in a few theme parks that we have pretty much experienced all of them in some way, shape, or form, and that is the animal safari rides.
Cue noises of animals in the tropics. Rah. I don't know what animal that was, but no.
But yeah, so we're going to be talking about that today, which is a lot of fun. And let's get to them. What are we learning about today?
Six Flags Wild Safari Adventure at Great Adventure in New Jersey. Disney's Animal Kingdom Kilimanjaro Safaris.
And Busch Gardens, Tampa. Busch Gardens?
In Tampa.
In Tampa. And Busch Gardens, Tampa. All right, Nate, take it away.
In the wonderful state of New Jersey, Jackson Township to be exact, you can find the Six Flags Wild Safari Adventure, which is a part of Six Flags Great Adventure, which is kind of attributed as the best Six Flags, but this adventure is wild. Six Flags Wild Safari Adventure is a massive safari park where guests can get up close and personal with incredible wildlife. Those are their words, not mine. Originally, okay, like he knows something we don't.
Do you disagree?
I don't think I've ever actually been, but actually no, I think I have as a kid. But anyway, the original idea for the safari was a drive-through safari and was part of the original vision for the whole park of Great Adventure in general. It was proposed by Lee Warner Leroy, which if you don't know who Warner Leroy is, which I didn't, he is the son of Marvin Leroy, who is a famous Hollywood film producer who made The Wizard of Oz. And he's also the grandson of Harry Warner, who is one of the founders of Warner Brothers. Isn't that crazy?
Huh, that is crazy.
Wow.
I dived deep into this guy. But he's not that important. I mean, like he is, but he's not the focus of this segment. But his original plan was to have a 10-mile route that, again, you would drive through and would have 12 sections with free-roaming animals all around, a ton of different species, with natural features like waterfalls and just a ton of animals. That didn't exactly happen because that's a lot of land, but we did get a scaled-down version, which was the original safari. That opened in 1974, and it was kind of wild.
He paused for laughter.
Hold for that.
Yeah, he wrote that down in this.
Originally, the animals were going to be, like I said, free roaming, but they quickly realized that they couldn't actually do that because the animals would probably hurt each other. So they did separate some species with fences. They thought ahead. That being said, although some of the species were separated by fences, the park goers were not. So basically, all you had to defend yourself against these animals was your car window. And they were not just like, giraffes and like ostriches, although they were there. I'm talking like lions, tigers, bears.
Oh my.
There you go.
And how?
What? I don't know that part.
Sorry.
Yeah, do I?
The Tin Man says it afterwards. It's okay.
Oh, that's from Wizard of Oz. Look at that. Okay. I wasn't even planning that. But I was planning the oh my. Anyway, so it was kind of crazy. There was many accounts of like ostriches coming up and like picking out like people's hubcaps because the reflection, they would think it's like another ostrich. And like literally like literal black bears sitting on people's cars and just like stopping traffic. And that went on for pretty much a while. I guess it was exciting for people because it's really cool, but also huge liability. For some of the more quote-unquote dangerous predators, such as cheetahs, leopards, and Siberian tigers, those were kept behind fences. So they thought that those were enough, but I guess the black bears were okay. Like I said, it was a drive-through exhibit, so you would see all different kinds of animals, flamingos, wild birds, tigers, all these different things. And it would I think what Six Flags, what this safari park is most notable for, it would end with the monkeys and baboons section, which if you live from New Jersey, you know about the monkeys and baboons. They were a terror on earth to all cars that went through. They were ruthless. They would jump on the cars, pull your windshield wipers, pull your antennas out. There was even reports of some of the monkeys like hitching a ride to try to escape from the park on your car. It was crazy. And I don't remember if I went as a kid, but I'm pretty sure I did, and I'm pretty sure the monkeys were always talked about because it was terrifying. But monkeys are cool. So a year after the park, though, they did open a bypass route specifically for the monkeys. So
wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Are baboons monkeys?
I don't know if a baboon is a monkey.
What are baboons?
I'm pretty sure it's an ape. Yeah. Oh no, it might be a monkey. I don't know.
No, I think it's its own
community.
I think it's its own thing.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, apparently it does.
It matters to the baboons.
And Dustin.
Anyway, so this went on from 1974.
They are monkeys. Continue.
They are.
This went on from 1974 to 2012, where Six Flags announced that they were actually going to close the drive-through component of this and reimagine it to the Safari Off-Road Adventure, which opened in 2013. This model is kind of familiar with the Animal Kingdom model, I guess you could say. They basically repurposed some old army vehicles with a canvas top, and guests can go on a guided tour through the safari on these vehicles. Fast forward to 2020, Six Flags closed down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But in May of 2020, New Jersey authorized drive-through attractions, which was like all the rage. So luckily, they decided to bring back the original drive-through experience, so guests could kind of do that all over again, relive their childhoods. So that was open, and then they planned to go back to the off-road army vehicles, but it was so popular that they kept it open for another 2 years. And then in 2022, they finally went back to that off-road adventure, which kind of took a new form in a VIP giraffe encounter tour, which I'm guessing didn't go too well because then they eventually closed that. And then for the 50th anniversary, which was last year in 2024, they decided to just go back to the army vehicles full time. So no more drive-throughs, sadly, which a lot of people were upset about. But you still get to see all the animals. All the animals are still there, and it's pretty cool. So as of right now, the Safari Off-Road Adventure is a 30 to 45-minute journey through 350 acres of diverse landscapes. And the main road is 4.5 miles long with 11 sections and 1,200 animals from 6 different continents.
Now, in addition to the acreage, do you know what that makes this park?
Very small.
No. Well, that's my fun fact.
Oh, sorry.
My fun fact.
So shut up.
Recently, the safari park opened a safari base camp in addition to the off-road adventure. This is a brand new, I don't want to say facility, but area, I guess you could say, where they have some up-close encounters with some of the animals, some colorful birds like parrots, and different reptiles that you can kind of just get up close and personal and see them. And they also have some zookeeper experts that come around now and then and share some fun facts. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it's a lot. It's not small. It's a ton of animals. Have you guys been on it?
We've done something like it, or is it that?
No, it was that. It was the iteration, though, when it was the self-driving. We went, our grandparents took us. We didn't do Six Flags, what is it, Great Adventure. It was just all the safari. And I remember it being shocking, just being able to drive through these what looked like chain link fences that kept the animals from attacking each other, or I guess interacting with each other.
It's like a zombie, like apocalypse thing. Like keeping the zombies back with these fences.
Yeah, it was weird. And I remember some animals were coming up, but we were in a pickup truck and there was a cinder block in the back. And I remember when we first entered, the people would look, to check if your vehicle was, suitable. And the one guy noticed in the back there was a cinder block. He's like, okay, if you want to go into the baboon exhibit, you're going to have to bring that cinder block inside. I remember our grandfather's like, no, it's okay, it's heavy. And the guy laughed and was just like, no, they'll throw it. And so we're like, oh, maybe we should skip that. And look, I don't know if you remember this, but I have a very distinct memory of driving past the baboon exhibit, which was more than 10 feet high, chain link fences, and it was completely closed in. And I remember specifically a bus, like a tour bus going in and just getting swarmed by these baboons. And I'd be like, whoa, I'm glad we didn't go in there. I don't know how they do that. Like, how do they prevent the baboons from getting off?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I read that they have zookeepers with like rifles. I don't want to.
What?
Yeah. So apparently,
like bullets or like darts to like put them like to make them sleep.
Well, they just aim it at them and they'd be like, "Get off!"
Like
no,
sedatives.
I think. Okay, I don't want to like misspeak and put like a bad representation.
But they murdered the baboons.
No, all I read in my research
what it
is that, especially back in the day, like in the 70s, that they did have rifles just in case.
I mean,
something
that makes
happened.
more sense.
But specifically, when I was reading about the monkey section, is said that zookeepers did spend a lot of time
Shooting.
Yes, shooting.
Oh my God.
Not at the monkeys per se, but shooting to get the monkeys, like hurting them.
It sounded like you just said hurting.
No, hurting.
Yeah, it did sound like you said hurting.
Not at the monkeys, but just hurting them. Just
to
maiming
hurt them.
They didn't shoot the monkeys. They just spent a whole time
just to
hurting
maim them, just slightly.
No, just to, redirect them a little.
Right.
You're like shooting to the air or something.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, great enrichment,
It really is.
There's always a different group of families screaming as they destroy the vehicles.
That's crazy. Now my biggest thing is the safety of the animals. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand a little bit with like the bigger animals, like your zebras and stuff. Those, you could see pretty easily. But I'm looking, like in some of these videos, it's just they're walking right in front of cars while the cars are driving.
It is crazy.
Did you read about any deaths?
Different times.
No, I didn't really want to read about deaths. I did kind of go on a Reddit deep dive a little bit.
That's always good.
It never is. But there was people talking about like locals that they would see a lot of people kind of like getting out of the car and like harassing the animals and stuff. So I am glad that they don't do that anymore. I know it was like pretty iconic. Like, it was an iconic thing to do, like, at least once in Jersey growing up, because you always heard about
Getting
these
out of
monkeys.
your car?
No. Driving through and being, like, traumatized.
It's a rite of passage in Jersey. Like, will you get out of your car in the baboon exhibit?
No, driving through and being, like, traumatized, like, by the monkeys in particular. But, no,
and the men with guns hurting them.
Yeah. No, but
Get in your car, move.
I'm glad that they.
We need some air support. This is
crazy. No, I'm glad that they went to a more like controlled environment, especially because they were just out there. They're just out here going like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's too much responsibility. But Dustin, did you have anything else?
You never said the fun fact that I prompted.
Oh, I got a fun fact for you. Who loves a fun fact? Who wants a little fun fact?
I love a
I do.
fun fact. It better be fun though.
It's not fun. It's interesting.
Words matter.
It's interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since
it's an interesting inquiry.
Now, I don't know
inquiry.
when, but
I'm inquiring.
Six Flags Great Adventure and the Wild Safari Park merged at some point, and they're considered the second largest theme park in the world.
Behind.
Second to a little theme park we know and love.
Is it mine?
Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yay!
Logan, take it away.
Yeah, that was a good segue. Nice. All right. Disney's Animal Kingdom. Kilimanjaro Safaris. The Kilimanjaro Safaris is an attraction in Disney's Animal Kingdom, simulating an open safari ride through the savannah of East Africa. The attraction brings guests abroad. I almost said abroad. That could work.
You said abroad.
I know, because I mixed the two. The attraction brings guests aboard a safari vehicle specifically to go through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, traveling the 110 acres of picturesque open plains. Picturesque open plains.
What is wrong with you today?
Traveling the 110 acres of picturesque open plains, shady forest landscapes, and rocky wetland. There are more than 30 species of animals living on the reserve, including elephants, lions, cheetahs, and hippos.
Oh my.
I couldn't do the thing Nathaniel did because I don't have
And
bears.
how?
The attraction features uniquely designed fences and boundaries to appear as though the animals can come right up to you. I mean, in some cases they can, but not the scary ones. In today's version of Safari, you are hosted by a expert guide cast member who helps point out animals and shares fascinating wildlife facts during this extraordinary 18-minute expedition. But when the ride first opened, which was with the park in April 1998, it included a scripted portion depicting the dark side of the savannah, honing in on the devastating results of poaching. The Safari cast member is contacted and asked to hunt down poachers that captured a mother elephant and her child, known as Big Red and Little Red. And eventually the poachers would be captured at gunpoint, but that was replaced by just scaring them off.
Solves them right.
During the holiday season of the opening year, they created the Kilimanjaro Night Safari. The attraction had a completely different script and storyline. It featured additional animal sounds and lights that are hidden in the trees to try to look like animal eyes and everything. And there was actually an African dance group who would perform around that bonfire area. But after all the additional costs and just low visibility in general, that was the only season that it ran.
That's sad.
Yeah, I hope the nighttime stuff at Animal Kingdom never comes back. Check episode 28.
However, I did read cast members can allegedly, and I doubt that this still is the case, but that they were able to, at some point, switch the voice tracks in the trucks where you would still be able to hear the nighttime version, but they obviously wouldn't use it. I also found during cast member previews, the story had an even darker turn where the safari would encounter Big Red's motionless body, showing the cruel results of poaching. But they received too many complaints, and they made adjustments between 2007 and 2009, significantly changing the story and scripts, which led to a little bit of confusion about the plot, because then it went to about saving a lost baby, but apparently at the end of the story, the baby was like already saved, and they already knew it. Something weird like that. Eventually, the whole thing was just kind of eliminated.
Terrible writing. Lots of plot holes.
And if my research isn't lying, the last update to the Kilimanjaro Safaris was in 2016, which was bringing back the night safaris to include a sunset, bringing in those different animal sounds, and introducing the hyenas and the painted dogs to the reserve. The ride path was shortened for those safaris to avoid those areas where they already knew that no animals would be visible, which I guess is a lesson learned from 1998.
Wait, so do you remember, like, seeing the original, like,
I don't.
poaching storyline?
Yeah, it was one of our posts. I think the first post that we did of the cassette classics. Yeah, I threw that in there.
Oh.
Check out our Instagram.
Logan, you were pretty young during that video. That was the one. That was the year, Logan, that every time an animal popped up, you're like, "Oh!" You could hear it in the video. But no, it was awesome. Like I love that whole storyline of it, because right now it has a huge focus on conservation, but that's pretty much it. But this one it was pretty much the same thing, right? Except for at one point during the safari, you got a radio call from some guy, and it was like, Simba One, are you in? Big Red, Little Red, all that kind of stuff. And then you would go into this back part, and then you see this fake truck or Jeep that was supposed to be the poachers go by, and you hear gunfire, and then you race through these geysers that are just shooting water up, left and right of you. And eventually you get to this part where there's just this helicopter, or not a helicopter, it's like a biplane, I think, and the back of a truck, and they're like, we saved Little Red. And then you see this little animatronic elephant in the back of the car as you go back to the beginning.
Little Red is safe and sound in the back of the truck.
It was awesome. I loved it. It was an adrenaline rush, especially the second half. But it also incorporated that broken bridge, which now it's kind of a hit or miss if you get it. Do you guys remember that?
The rickety bridge?
Yeah, where you go on the bridge, but then the bridge would drop a little bit, and then you'd race off of it. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't think I've ever experienced it. I've only experienced a new version of this attraction for the listeners, but I was actually reading about the rickety bridge. Apparently it's not even actually a bridge. It's just like a simulation. But no, I don't remember that because I don't think it ever works.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I remember the music in the Serengeti part where it's just like, oh, ooh, boo, boo. You remember that, Logan? Oh, ooh, boo, boo, boo. And then they sing.
I remember you singing it like that.
It was so good.
I don't know what it actually sounds like. And I didn't even know, honestly, when I was reading about Big Red and Little Red, I mean, first of all, trying to find information on Kilimanjaro is a needle in a haystack. There is not too much information. And I could only find like one or two references of this. And I was like, I don't even know if this is true.
Right.
Because it just seems so kind of like out there for Disney, but also, it definitely makes sense. And honestly, I think it could and should, like, something to this effect. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe Disney isn't the best place for it, but when I was reading about it, I did kind of like that shock value of the reality of what that looks like instead of someone just talking about it. And then they're like, anyway, let's go look at the next animal that's happy and alive. Because if we're going to care about it, it needs to be in front of us. Or then it's like, oh, well, the elephant's alive right here, so we're good. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to say?
So, funny enough, believe it or not, this is one of the backstage tours that I was able to take when I did work for the company. And it was one of my favorites.
I don't believe him.
You don't
I'm calling him out.
No, this one was pretty cool. It is crazy how much they fit into this area. Like, it's a huge area, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure you guys watch video or have watched videos of what is it, the New Jersey one, and then we all went on the one in Busch Gardens. But the way that Disney utilizes space and also like directs you where to look, it's just, there's a whole different feel to this safari compared to the other ones, because you look at the other ones and it's just basically just an open field and it's just, you see everything. Well, in this one, it's all segmented. Of course, you get to the big savanna part, but it still is, you weave back and forth. There are enough trees to block your vision from different things. But one of the things I thought was crazy is that they basically have a road that goes around it and they park the trucks in the back. Now, the thing with the trucks too, though, is that they're incredibly bottom heavy. So it's like impossible for them to flip. So whenever you are riding and you get close to the edge and you're like, the likelihood of it flipping is very, very little. But when it comes to...
It's still there.
Yeah. Well, they haven't yet, so... But when it comes to Little Red... So there's this store. It's a special store that only Disney cast members can get into. But in this one part, you can buy, like, chairs that used to be in the resorts and all that kind of stuff. But up at the top, they'll have, like, old promotional stuff. And I'm pretty sure right now, or at least the last time I was in there, they had a little animatronic of a baby elephant that I believe is Little Red, because, it looks like Little Red, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's also that the rumor, which is that at the end of the Jungle Cruise, where Trader Sam now has the Lost and Found, the elephants are made of the same mold as Little Red, which would make sense because how how many times Disney reuses molds, especially when it comes to, human characters. So, I have no reason to disbelieve that. Anyways, yeah, no, I love that ride.
I love it too.
Ride.
I didn't know about that mold thing on the Jungle Cruise. That's really cute. She mentioned the thing that Disney loves to talk about, that Kilimanjaro is Walt's original vision for the Jungle Cruise, or do we not want to get into it for the 50 billionth time?
No, we could. I don't think we brought it up. Have we?
Oh, not us. Disney loves to tell this story.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, Walt Disney's original vision for the Jungle Cruise was supposed to have live animals, and it was supposed to be like a boat ride with these. Actually, was it supposed to be a boat ride? Anyway, but he wanted basically a attraction that would go through these different African lands and have all these different animals, but obviously that was unrealistic for the original Disneyland park in Anaheim. So that never came to fruition. But of course, when Animal Kingdom was on the table, you gotta have animals. So that's where that came from. I did want to also go back to what you mentioned about the landscaping. Oh, not landscaping, but
the staging.
Yeah, the staging, because the staging is so good. I love the safari so much. Mostly because there was no, how do I put this? I mean, besides the fact that Six Flags, the animals literally come up to you, you feel so immersed in this land that it doesn't feel like Central Florida at all. There's no fences or anything, or cages to keep the animals at bay. And the way that they position the different habitats, I don't know if you mentioned it, but
I did.
Did you mention the trenches that they have?
No, I didn't. I didn't say specifically. I just said that it's unique fences and boundaries.
Yeah, it's natural fences at that point, because it's
the boundaries.
Dustin mentioned it too with the sight lines, because I think particularly with the lions and stuff, obviously those animals can be kept with the other ones, and they can be kept close to you guys, because lions don't really like people. But
why us guys? Why not you?
Because they've accepted me. But when you're on the safari, you're basically it looks like they're basically right over there, but in reality there was a huge trench that you just don't see.
But they're still right over there.
They are, but there's a huge trench between you and these animals that you don't see at all, because of the way that they've landscaped it, so that your sightlines never see that separation. And it's just done so well. I love it so much. Disney's so great at sightlines.
In addition to that, every so often on the thing, you'll run over some chains and they make the clinking sound, or ching, ching, ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is specifically to prevent certain animals from crossing over, because they're afraid of stepping on things. And that's each exhibit pretty much.
What do they do? Hover?
No, some of them can't jump, so it's not they're gonna walk through it. But each exhibit has their own specific thing that's dedicated specifically to the animal that's in it, to keep them from different places. And the one tour guide that we had for the backstage tour told us that one time the cheetah got out of the enclosure, and which, they're just right next to other enclosures. And it was during a thunderstorm where the cheetah got scared and somehow, I guess got in a tree and hop out. But they said they got an alert about it. And then when the team showed up to get the cheetah just was frozen because it didn't know where it was. Yeah, it was this completely different. Yeah,
Poor
so
baby.
Yeah, which is more or less the case, because they live in these areas, so
it's all he's known.
When it's a new area, it's kind of oh, this is weird.
Wait a second, I made a big mistake.
Those are really good. If anybody has Disney Plus, if you watch, I think it's A Day in the Life in Animal Kingdom.
Oh, I love that one.
That's a whole series, isn't it? Yeah.
It's such a good show. I love it so much. Give it a watch.
Anyway, I am not done.
Okay. Moving on.
I have an honorable mention. An honorable mention, and technically unrelated, but of which some aspects can be seen from the safari, is the Wild Africa Trek VIP Expedition. Where you can view wild animals in their natural... It's not that expensive. where you can view wild animals in their natural habitat on a 3-hour privately guided tour discovering animals of nearly every variety living in the Safi River Valley, an untamed environment that resembles their home turf in Africa. You get to walk along a grassland path, cross a rope bridge, and ride in a rugged safari vehicle over an open savanna with a chance to view Africa.
Oh, he's dead. We lost him. It's the heat.
Safari vehicle over an open savanna. Along with your journey, your knowledgeable guide will share insights about the animals you're viewing, as well as details about the park's dedication to animal conservation. And you also receive a complimentary souvenir.
What
the
is
trek
it?
itself is, I don't know. The trek, or to participate in the trek, it is $219 to $229 per person.
I thought you said it wasn't expensive.
That's not that bad.
That's
It's
like,
3 hours.
I guess, yeah.
And you get food.
Ooh.
I forgot to add that.
But no park admission, though. You have to buy a ticket.
No. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Are you guys ready for this?
Dustin's done it.
I've done it.
I was going to say, didn't you want to do this
Is it really
for, like,
3 hours?
It is.
Didn't you want to do this for your honeymoon? I mean, not your honeymoon. Well, yeah, I guess your honeymoon.
Yeah, they want a 3
I
hour
did it-
honeymoon.
I did it before. I did it before I got married. I did do it with my wife though, but before we got married, this is one of the coolest things you can do on Disney property. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. You feed hippos.
What?
Well, it's the hippos that are on the ride, except for you're on like this cliff thing, and basically you throw stuff to them, but you got to be like hooked in so that you don't fall over the edge. But the rope bridge that you walk over is right over top of the crocodiles. You can see it from the tour, or from the the trucks. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but when you go into the savannah part of the thing, sometimes you'll see like a truck that just drives through the middle of it and goes to this little balcony area. Yeah, that's where you eat lunch. And the lunch comes from Tiffin's, which is one of the most
Ooh,
expensive
what?
places. And or I believe it's Tiffin's. If not, it's Yak and Yeti, which is still really good. And it was so good, so delicious. They take pictures of you all the time. And the free souvenir is...
Well, I'm glad you said it's from Tiffin's because Nathaniel was probably on the fence, but now he will probably agree to do it.
Well, don't quote me on that. It might not
I've
be...
been trying to eat at Tiffin's for so long,
Oh,
and we haven't been.
I've eaten there twice. It's really good. And you get free Joe Rohde artwork, so that's cool. But the...
My man.
Is he there and does he sign it?
No and no. But no, it's just a great time. And you get a water bottle and I think a lanyard or something. It's great.
I really, really, really want to do it.
Hey, maybe we'll all do it as the park goers go.
That's all I have. And Dustin, take it away.
All right. So we covered one where you travel in your own personal car. Then we covered one where you're on a safari truck. But now we're going to go to one where you do a safari on a train, which I believe we may have talked in the past episode. That was one of the original ideas for the Rafiki's Planet Watch, was to have a train go through the area as opposed to the trucks. But it looks like Busch Gardens beat them to it. So let's go to Busch Gardens, Tampa. To be honest, this may be the only theme park on this list that wasn't originally supposed to be an animal park or a safari park, let alone a theme park in general. In July 1957, Anheuser-Busch announced that they had purchased land in Tampa to build a new brewery. With the alcohol market being competitive, it was here that the idea of expanding beyond beverages came into play, which started with a simple concept: gardens, to attract the local community. I think you can see where this is going. On June 1st, 1959, the brewery and gardens were open at free admission and featured lagoons, around 36,000 plants, 300 trees, and our first glimpse of an animal presence, with the housing of the Budweiser Clydesdales, a bird show, and 2 bird sanctuaries, which included flamingos, eagles, and cockatoos. Cockatoo! A month after opening, it was announced that there would be a $5 million expansion that would include a dome housing for more birds, including a pool for penguins. In 1962, they announced another expansion expansion, but this time with plans for an African veldt and American plains, which included the appropriate landscapes and the animals for each location, like buffalo, ostriches, and zebras, along with a monorail going right through it. In 1965, the Wild Animal Kingdom was created, which would be the African veldt idea, which housed cheetahs, chimps, elephants, gorillas, lions, and rhinos. Near the end of 1966, around 475 animals were exhibited in the African veldt. Over the next few decades, Busch Gardens would continue to maintain their foothold as the Florida animal park until the 90s, when they would prepare for their first direct competition with the opening of Disney's Animal Kingdom. This resulted in the creation of many new rides, as well as the Gorilla Trail called Mayombe Reserve, and the Edge of Africa Trail, which includes lions and hyenas, among other animals. In 2009, Anheuser-Busch would sell the Busch Entertainment branch of the business to Blackstone Group, which would later be known as the United Parks and Resorts, which we've talked about in this podcast before as being the Busch Gardens and SeaWorld Group. Today, Busch Gardens is an accredited zoo with most of their offerings included with the park ticket, like seeing individual exhibits of crocodiles, penguins, and cheetahs, while also exploring the trails that I mentioned before. Oh, there's also the Bird Gardens that showcase over 500 tropical birds. Some animals also have scheduled talks where
The animals talk?
Yes, where they talk right to you. But it's scheduled, so they can only do it sometimes. No, some animals have scheduled talks where an animal keeper will come out and do a presentation. My personal favorite is the cheetah one, where they set up this mechanized fake rabbit that kind of goes around in a circle, and if the cheetah's in the mood, it'll chase it, so you can see how fast they run, which is really cool. Just a nice little setup as well. As for the safari, Busch Gardens has their roaming animals in the Serengeti Plain, which you can only see either through the tour, which is an extra fee, or on the train. So if you'd like to experience the plains, climb aboard the train at the Edge of Africa station and enjoy the ride as you see the menagerie of animals like rhinos, zebras, antelopes, and giraffes. And if you are going to ride the train, I recommend you try to stay on the left side because it goes on the outside perimeter, and so everything is pretty much on that side. I was lucky enough to be on the right. So I saw some antelope and then a whole bunch of fence.
But you did get to see a lot of cool coasters.
That is true. That is true. If you prefer to see the coasters, specifically one, I believe it's the Cobra Curse, stay on the right because you get a great shot of that. But for this paid safari, we have the Serengeti Tour, which goes for anywhere between $39.99 and $59.99, depending on the day. And this is from their website. This popular tour offers a 30-minute journey across the Serengeti Plain in an open-air vehicle across the 65-acre Serengeti Plain, where families can see and interact with a variety of African wildlife, including observing giraffes, zebras, ostriches, rhinos, and antelopes in their natural habitats, and exciting opportunities to hand feed giraffes. So that's pretty fun. They also offer this thing called Sunset on the Serengeti, which starts at $89.99. That has nothing to do with the safari, so forget about that. I'll chat about this a little bit because I don't want to delve too much into it, but they also offer a ton of tours. Now, it is important that you look into these opportunities before you get to the park. Many of them will sell out pretty quick, and some of them happen at specific times, so either like early in the morning or in the afternoon. So check online before you make your plans just to see when they host them. Also, some of them can be as short as 30 minutes, whereas like Keeper for the Day is 4 hours long, so you'll have to plan accordingly. Now, I will be remiss if I don't bring up something very specific. You can do it pretty much day of. I believe it does cost money, but I think Logan will be very mad if I don't bring it up. There's this place in near the Bird Garden, or I think it might be in the Bird Garden. It's an Australian outpost called Walkabout Way. You have the opportunity to feed and interact with kangaroos and wallabies. And when I say feed, I mean you actually go inside a pen with them, almost like a petting zoo, and then you go in and you feed feed the animals. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think you're allowed to pet them.
Yes, you can.
Can you pet them?
I did.
Well, I guess pet them at your own risk. But
Well, I don't know. But maybe just read the instructions. Listen to the people when you get there.
yeah. Now this is a big cautionary tale, specifically when I, just mentioned about, look at the timing, because we went recently to Busch Gardens, Tampa with the goal to feed these guys. But they have a feeding schedule, which dummy us did not think. I guess I just thought that you just feed them all day and then they get, overweight.
Dummy Dustin, I would like to say.
But yeah, so definitely look at the timings before you go to.
You know what I fed that day?
Huh?
Myself. That's it.
Yeah. So when it comes to the safari, currently the only thing that we have are the two, which is the train and the paid tour. But there used to be something of a safari tour, and it unfortunately closed in 2014. But from 2001 to 2014, Busch Gardens, Tampa had a ride called Rhino Rally, which was a 6-minute safari ride that drove through the Serengeti and was similar to the Kilimanjaro safari, but it was a little more intimate, so smaller cars. But it also did have a plot. The ride acted as a tour that was slightly derailed when a guide of another car goes missing, and it included a section where your car goes into like a river and kind of gets swept down the river, and then you have to go up this steep incline to get out. And then there was a lot of like set stuff, like a huge broken bridge that looked like it toppled over, and a lot of like fake cars. And of course you see animals, throughout. But yeah, no, that closed in 2014 to make way for one of my favorite roller coasters, which is a launch coaster called Cheetah Hunt, which, funny enough, it starts off not in the Serengeti, but then it kind of goes through the Serengeti. Mind you, it's not where animals can get to, but it's very pretty and a lot of fun. But yeah, no, Rhino Rally sounded pretty neat. So what did you guys think about the safari section of Busch Gardens? I guess the train, because that's what we did.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, it is very reminiscent of Kilimanjaro.
You think so?
Yeah, I was gonna say well, visually maybe. Mm-hmm. It's a little more reminiscent for sure.
Oh, like vibe-wise, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it left something to be desired for me, but it's still, I mean, like, it's cool being able to see the animals just, like, leisurely, and you're just sitting in the train. Like, I mean, it is a little weird, I guess, that it's a train.
Well, I was gonna say I like the train part. I think the train is like unique.
It was just really loud.
I was gonna say I just
squeaky.
I don't think it works for a safari. Yeah, I was a little, you don't really get to see that many animals, especially up close. They're pretty far away.
Yeah, that's true.
The train is cool. Seeing the coastals up close is cool too. Sit
Oh,
on the right
yeah.
side.
That is cool. They do. It's kind of like the animals on your left and the rides are on your right.
Now, just to be clear, too, the train normally goes around the whole park. When we went, it was closed only for the Serengeti part, but typically it'll go around the whole park with multiple different stops. So, which that's pretty neat. Because, like, imagine you go onto the Disney train and then it I guess in Disneyland, they have that primeval part with the dinosaurs. So it's pretty cool to think that, this is actually part of something bigger, as opposed to just transportation.
That's true. I mean, I will say that in general, I mean, I know we're talking about the safari, but in general, Busch Gardens Tampa was like kind of surprising. You get that feel of nature and like animals and stuff like throughout the park, like kind of like Animal Kingdom. I don't really expect that from like a ton of. I mean, I guess Animal Kingdom is the closest thing I like experienced to like a theme park /
Zoo
like environment. It's a cool park.
But out of the three, which ones do we think have the safari wise?
Oh, like rank them?
Nathaniel's just doesn't sound safe. Well, it is now. But.
Well, I mean, for me, Animal Kingdom's always like, if you're gonna go for quality and like unique experiences and stuff like that, Animal Kingdom's number one for me. But I will say I am interested in the Six Flags because it seems like they have a large variety, which is also cool.
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat. Can't go wrong with Kilimanjaro, but I do want to go back and experience a little bit more of Busch Gardens. But yeah,
I will say though, also like just thinking about it, I know this sounds weird, but take the safari, and what happens if none of the animals come out? I think Kilimanjaro is probably the best still, because even just the visuals, I feel like the other two are just kind of would be just empty plains. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. What about you guys? What do you guys
just said?
How do you, the audience, feel? The audience, how does the audience feel about you guys listening at home? How do you guys feel? Do you guys like any of these in particular? Do you like none of them? Have you tried each one of these? Do you remember the baboons? Let us know.
Have you tried others?
Yeah, have you tried others? Yeah, there you go. Are there others that we haven't even considered? Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or on our website. And so that's it for this episode of Park Safaris, or I don't know what we're going to call it, but that sounds pretty good. And I think how do you guys think of the state of the podcast right now? Do you think we're doing pretty good?
Yes.
Is this for the audience or for us?
No, for you guys. I think it's pretty good, but
I think he's gonna do.
I would say, so safari, so goody. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, that's a
all right, guys. So that's the end of this episode, and until next time, we'll see you at the parks. All right, bye, guys. Watch out, a baboon! Thanks for listening to this episode of Park Goers Go. Catch our new episodes every Wednesday and catch up on our old episodes on Spotify. For any updates and new information about the theme parks or the podcast, follow us on Instagram at ParkGoersGo or visit our website at www.parkgoersgo.com. This episode was produced by Logan, Nathaniel, and Dustin, and edited by me, Dustin. Our theme song was created by John Riedel. You can follow Logan Nathaniel's theme park adventures on Instagram at Parkgoers. You can follow me at Mr. Parkgoer. If you'd like to reach out to us, visit our website and send a comment or a compliment or a critique, but not so much the critique. And until then, see you in the parks.